Hey guys, this is Vanngo. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have Maya Cotton here. She is one of my favorite face to paint on. As you guys know that this is her fourth time appear on my channel, and I'm very thankful that she coming back again. I hope you enjoyed the video we're doing today. It is my take on a classic dark smoky eye makeup. I know everyone have their own way to do smoky eye, but I think this is my way. This is how I take on it. I hope you enjoy the video. Hope you give the channel a lot of love still. And don't forget, give us a thumb up, subscribe to the channel, and follow both Maya and I on Instagram as well. Thank you. Start every makeup, I always prep the skin, as always. I'm using some lip balm from Tatcha. This is a great lip balm to prep under makeup. They have a little shine, but if you use for lipstick, for like a matte lipstick, I would blot them out before I do it. For eye cream, I'm using the eye cream from Fortuna Skin. I know it's repetitive that I could talk about skincare every video, but I think it's very, very important for beautiful makeup. I always encourage people not to forget the prepping part of the skin. I also use a little serum. You can use hyaluronic serum or any kind of hydration serum if you need a lot of hydration, or if your skin dry, vitamin serum if you want some brightness on the skin. I think for me, those more basic, amazing serum under makeup. I also use some dewy cream from Tatcha. For the jawline, I would recommend using these, and then just really lift it, everything. Or you can do like this as well. You see how much moisturizer and serum I put on? If a little too shiny for you, you can always use a foundation brush or a sponge to take out some of the excess before you start the foundation. But I want the skin really radiant, really hydrated. That's why I use a lot of them. For foundation on Maya, I'm going to try the new Valentino foundation. I asked them to send over for me a few shades, and they sent me. The shade is not as close to Maya, so this is the closest I have. A little lighter, but she still can carry it off. To me, the foundation is more a light to medium coverage. It is a beautiful foundation for those who want more a lighter texture. It's go on really beautiful on the skin. And I know the shade a little lighter than Maya, but I think for the look I'm doing today, it's actually gonna look good because I'm gonna do a really dark eye. This is Maya's fourth time here on this YouTube channel. She is a favorite of my whole team, so that's why I invite her back. We were just laughing about some of the comments from the previous video. They always talking about her nose job, but you know, a lot of people are blessed with everything, and actually it's her real nose, and we don't have to defend it, but I thought it was funny. We were talking about that earlier. For concealer, I'm using two different shade concealer from Giorgio Armani. A little darker one, I'm just covered around the nose and anything I would like to cover. And the lighter one, I use mainly for under the eye, a little bit on the bridge of the nose, my usual stuff. I want to keep the eye quite brightening underneath here, so that eye shadow I'm going to do is going to more pop out. You can see that I put mainly on the triangle area here. And And for the rest of the face, I'm using the darker concealer, just around the nose. For my look today, I'm not going to do any contour. I'm just going to powder, and I'm going to use a little bronzer just to sculpt the face a little bit. I'm going to set the foundation concealer with some loose powder from Laura Mercier. So you can see the foundation a little lighter. I'm sorry I don't have any darker shade in that. They only send me a few, and it's that's the closest shade for Maya, but I don't mind it. So I'm gonna use the Gucci bronzer. I didn't do any contour, but I'm gonna use the bronzer just to sculpt everything. This is a good example of when you have a foundation a little too light, you can use the bronzer to make sure everything kind of soften out, so it doesn't look like you wear the foundation too light. And you use the bronzer this way, all the light area from the foundation, it gives you that highlight, and you use the bronzer just to darken the area that you want to darken. And you see what I'm doing right now? I just use this bronzer to put around the perimeter of the face. And this is actually such a beautiful bronzer, and I love the packaging. And I do a little on the jawline. You can see the difference. This side is more sculpted, and the foundation look all the same color her right now. You can see I did all that with just a bronzer. You don't need to do contour at all. My eyebrow is incredible. I'm not gonna change anything much. I'm just gonna make them a tiny bit longer. So I'm using the brow pencil from One Side Beauty in shade medium brown. You see just mainly on the outer area. And that's all I need to do with the eyebrow. I'm going to set the eyebrow with the eyebrow gel, also from One Side Beauty in shade medium brown. For the eye area, since I'm doing more like a classic, my version of classic smoky eye, I'm going to use a black pencil from Gucci and this eyeshadow palette from Kevin Ukon. And you can see the color, they have some almost like a black color, and these, it's hard to explain, it's more gray, mauvey. I mean, it's a beautiful palette. I think this is so classic, and that's what I'm going to try to do. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to rim my waterline upper and lower in the black liner. Look down. I know it's a little trickier. And also the lower waterline. I know this is really hard for everyone because it's kind of tickle. What I also like to do is make them really feline on this corner as well. Even though I call this classic smoky eye, but everyone have their own take on it. So this is just my take. So I honestly don't want any comments say, oh, this is not classic. It's like, it's my way of classic smoky eye. And now I'm doing the upper lash line. You can do a thick liner, thinner in the inner and thicker in the outer, and use the blending brush, blend it out. Some people prefer to use the liner after the eyeshadow. I like to do both. I like to do the before so I can get the depth, and then I do after just to touch up on the right along the lash line. And I'm sure this like really step by step, like how I would do like a smoky eye. Even just like this, I think it's great already. You just do, you know, some mascara and give it a go, and that's it. But of course we do a smoky eye, so we're gonna do a little more than this for sure. The palette does come with a metal shimmering shadow here. I'm gonna take it off for now. First, I'm gonna use a flat brush. Here is my thought on about using brushes for smoky eye. There's no right or wrong, but if you do skin first and eye after like I do, you try to minimize the fallout in the eyeshadow. So I usually use a more flat brush like this. So I take the product, it's just more easy to deposit. When someone use a blending brush like this and swirl into the shadow and then do your smoky eyeshadow, it's gonna fall off a lot. And you also get a lot of product here, it's gonna fly everywhere. Even the shadow is not have a lot of kickback, it's still gonna have kickback just because you use this type of brush. I only use this brush usually for blending or more softer shades when I blend, but when I want to deposit a solid color, I would like to use more flat brush like this. But that's how I would do it. So you can see I can use the black color and I press a little bit like this. Look up, Maya. And I just put along the lash line. I'm doing the same on this side. See, just very light-handed when you do applying the shadow. That way you don't have any fall off at all. Close your eye. Same brush. I'm doing on the upper lash line. This time I blend it out a little more. That also another look already. You don't have to continue if you don't want to. You can put just mascara on and that's another look. But I'm gonna go a little bit further. I'm using this lighter shades here and I'm just blend every edge. Look up for me. This part, that's when you smoke it out a little more and everything a bit more softer. It's how much smoky is up to you. I like myself a bit more lower on the smoky part, and some people, they don't like too much smoky in the lower lash line, so they do very little and just mainly on the top. I myself like a lot on the bottom. I think it's keep your eye look a lot bigger, you know, a lot more sultry that way. Close your eye and I blend the other part of the black as well. This part is also personal preference. If you want the eye more rounder, you can do more color here. If you want more lifted, then you can do it more on the upper part here. So it's really personal preference as well. And how much smoky and how lifted or how rounded you want the shape of the eyeshadow. Look up again for me. Now I go back to the other brush, close your eye, and I just bring back some of the black there without adding any color. You see, it's just the brush I used earlier. I just dust up some of the color so I can have more of the black. Look up, you see, look straight here. You see, that is a smoky eye for me. You can stop right here or you can go further. Right now, I'm just finessing the shadow. I just like the eye a little more lifted than this. So you see, I just blended out that color a little bit on top of the brow bone area. I would recommend you to use an eye primer as well when you do smoky eye in general, but I forgot to add on the primer today. But for color to blend well and everything, I do recommend an eye primer. So you can stop right there or you can go further. I also gonna use a little bit of the brightness here. And this is very classic, what I'm doing right now. A little lighter color on the brow bone area, right under the eyebrow. That's like the most old school you can imagine. Like it's just that's how we always got taught what to do. You can see that I use the same brush. I didn't even change the brush at all. And then I go back to that shade. I blend it out. Using that light color, you can do a little bit in the corner here as well. If you want to go a little more further, there's a shimmering color here. I would add a little bit on the eyeball area. Close your eye. A bit right there. Just a little bit only. I think this color would better with a finger. So I put a little bit right there. There's another option you can use. You can use this as a smoky eye as well, or you can use this shade on the corner of the eyes. It's up to you. You can play with this palette any way you want. So you see that I use the black liner first, and I smudge it out, and then use the eyeshadow. You can do the other way if you want to. You can use the eyeshadow first, and then close your eye, and then you can use a black liner, do what I'm doing right now, and blend it out, or you can leave the line. It's up to you. So there's many different ways. I'm just usually like the depth of the color. That's why I use the liner first, and then I use the shadow after. There's no right or wrong to do a smoky eye. It's just everyone take gonna be a little different. And you see I didn't use many different color. I used 1, 2, and then a little bit of color there and a little bit here, but technically I can only use 2 colors to create the smoky eye. Always curl your lashes when you do mascara, especially do smoky eye. You want to really lift it. Another tip, don't forget, sometimes you curl the lashes after the eyes makeup. You can see sometimes the eye curler take away some of the liner you have. You just need to use the pencil to touch it up again before you use the mascara. You see what I just did? Yeah. I know, just every detail, little detail, maybe those little tips gonna help you more. For mascara, I'm using this mascara from Tom Ford. I want it really black, a lot of volume for this look. So I'm gonna use 2 or 3 coats of the mascara. And really into the lash line, and I just lift everything up. Since the skin pretty matte, the eye pretty matte, everything pretty matte, I'm going to keep the blush and the lips a little softer. I think that's a nice balance. I'm going to use liquid blush from Eldridge makeup. She's a makeup artist from London. She's incredible. And I'm using this color. It looks quite intense, but you just use a little bit and it's gonna look just beautiful. I love this blush because it feels like the glow from within. It's not too heavy at all. You can use with your fingers or you can use with a brush. She does have softer color as well, but I'm using this color because I think it's beautiful on my skin tone. And you see that a little bit go a long way, and that's all you need to put for the blush. Lisa blushes also have lighter color, but I think this color is beautiful on olive skin tone like this. I think it's just beautiful. You can do a little bit here. For highlighter, I'm using this highlighter from a Korean brand called Dear Dahlia. I think you can order online everywhere. I'm not sure where you can get in the US anywhere. They just sent me a PR package and I love the highlighter. It does come with an applicator like this. You can use it. A little bit on the cheekbone, nose, a bit everywhere. For lips, I love Maya Natural Lips Color. I just want to enhance it. So the shade I'm going to use is the cream shade lipstick from Lisa Eldridge as well. You can see it's almost the same her natural lips color, just more enhanced. And then a lip gloss on top. I'm going to use also a lip liner first from Laura Mercier. All the name of the shade I'm gonna put on in the description box because for me, I'm trying to read them. It's gonna take too much time, so I'm trying to keep it simple and short when I do the video. To start, I'm just gonna rim my lip a little bit. She have beautiful shaped lips. I don't need to cheat anything at all. I just follow the same way of her lip is. Yeah. Big smile for me. I have tried Lisa matte lipstick before and it's really velvety and beautiful, and so does her cream lipstick. It's very nice and beautiful and very light. Yeah. Big smile. You can see the color is just beautiful. And I don't want to go like dark smoky eye with nude lips. It's too expected. So I think a little color is beautiful that way. Yeah. You can stop here. I think the lips look great just like that. But I see this shade of lip gloss that Lisa has, and it's quite beautiful. I thought maybe some lip gloss on top would be fantastic with this look. And I don't often use lip gloss enough, and I heard her lip gloss is amazing, so I want to try them as well. Wow, this is a gorgeous shade. This is such a gorgeous color. I would go along with the lip gloss as well. I think it's just a beautiful nudie color. I'm going to complete the look with some setting spray from Glow Recipe, just to freshen the skin up again. That's the finished look, guys. That is my take on a classic dark smoky eye makeup. It's my take on. I think this is quite classic in a way. It's quite beautiful. I think it looked fantastic on Maya. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for all the support of the channel. Don't forget to give it a thumb up, subscribe to the channel, and follow both Maya and I on Instagram as well. Thank you.